My child, what you tolerate shapes your life. Too many men today, though, treat their lives like open invitations, bending and compromising at every whim just to keep the peace or win a few smiles. It's time to flip that script. It's time to make boundaries your defining trait. Think about it. How often have you gone out of your way, twisting yourself into someone else's mold? Sacrificing your values just hoping to be liked? But here's the harsh truth. No matter how much you bend over backward, you'll never get everyone's approval. People won't just see your flexibility as kindness, they'll see it as weakness. In their eyes, you'll become a blank canvas they can mark up and toss aside whenever they like. The more you give in, the more you are inviting others to use you as a doormat. It's not even about them being bad people, it's about your own willingness to be thrown around. When you lack boundaries, you're broadcasting vulnerability, telling the world you're easy to sway, and people, they notice. They exploit it. They'll keep pushing, pulling, testing, and taking until there's nothing left of who you really are. To create real respect, you have to know the power of saying no. And I don't just mean the word itself. I mean setting standards so clear that they cut through the fog of compromise. It's the boundary between having a backbone and being spineless. Saying no doesn't make you rude or difficult. It makes you valuable. It tells people that their acceptance of you isn't a currency you're desperate to earn. You're saying, this is who I am, and that won't change. Let's be clear. Having boundaries is not about control. Some will claim you are insecure because you won't just let things slide. But the real insecurity lies in those who cling to everyone's opinions as if it's a lifeline. Setting standards, that's pure confidence. It says, my life is important to me, and I won't let just anyone take control. Too many men are more concerned with someone else's comfort than their own peace of mind. They let others dictate their lives only to turn around and cry about how unfair the world is. If you are serious about boundaries, ask yourself, what standards do you hold? Real standards, not just preferences you're willing to bend at the first hint of opposition. Standards define who you allow in your life and what you allow from them. It's about knowing what adds value to you and what drains it. Know what you can tolerate and what's a deal breaker. Be unapologetic about the kind of people you want around you, be it friends, partners, or even colleagues. If someone does not fit, don't waste your time trying to reshape yourself to keep them around. You know deep down what aligns with your values and what does not. Denying that just to make someone else comfortable, that's self-betrayal. For example, if you want a partner who respects your relationship and does not live for external validation, own that. Don't let social expectations or someone's fleeting opinion make you waver. The minute you start compromising on what you truly want, you lose a piece of yourself. Everyone has standards, whether they admit it or not. The difference is that strong men live by them. Weak men, on the other hand, are quick to bury their standards under the pressure to conform, to be agreeable, to not make waves. But here's the reality. The minute you start setting boundaries, people might push back. They may mock you or even dislike you for it. Good. It means your standards are real enough to make people uncomfortable. And the irony? Those very boundaries, the ones they hate, are the same ones they'll respect. Respect is born from boundaries. You'll notice that even those who disagree with you will step more carefully around you because they know you're not a pushover. When you refuse to compromise on what matters, people begin to treat you with a different level of seriousness. Your boundaries become your armor. They are a declaration that you know your worth, and it will take more than cheap words or hollow promises to gain your approval. There is this common misconception today that having high standards makes you insecure. People will throw that word at you when you refuse to compromise, but insecurity is not in knowing what you want and sticking to it. It's in bending for everyone else's comfort. When you have boundaries, you are demonstrating that you are secure enough in who you are not to seek validation from just anyone. And for those who question why you set your standards high, remind them. It's about the quality of life you're building. It's about being selective with who gets a place in your world. They can call it arrogance, but it's a necessary filter. Just as they might be selective about who they let in their lives, you're doing the same. And you don't have to defend that. Boundaries demand respect, and respect is the foundation of any meaningful relationship, whether personal or professional. Without boundaries, you're just another option for others to choose and discard at will. When you hold firm to your principles, people start to understand that gaining your respect is not something they can take for granted. They'll either rise to meet your standards or quietly move on. Boundaries are not about limiting your life, they are about enhancing it. They allow you to surround yourself with those who genuinely respect you and value what you stand for. In a world full of compromises and diluted self-worth, having strong boundaries sets you apart. It says you're not here to be everyone's friend, and you're certainly not here to be their fool. If there's one thing you take away from this, let it be this. Don't just live by any standard, live by your standards. Make them unbreakable, make them powerful enough that resonate with everything you do. This isn't about being inflexible, it's about being self-respecting. Because in the end, a man without boundaries isn't a man at all. He's a shadow barely there, just passing through. To dive deeper into intriguing topics like this, click here to watch more. Wake up.